Hello. This is how I'm doing it now. Genuinely. This is more reliable. Oh, it looks so shit. Oh, I hate this so much. Let me hear my audio. Oh no, the audio is so fucking horrendous. Oh dear. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna get my tripod. I am genuinely pissed off, and also fucking StreamCore isn't working, so there's no fucking notifications on Discord about the stream, which is really annoying. I don't like that this is how I'm doing things now. I really don't like this. But I have no other option. Genuinely, I have no other option. This is all I can do. When this hit the ground, did it break or some shit? Or is the audio just weird? Oh no, I'm just on mobile, isn't it? Fucking. Welcome to what my Twitch is gonna be for the next fuck knows how long. Just my face. You get to see no chat, no goals, nothing. Streaming right from the Twitch app. I can't control. I mean, I can actually control stuff that's going on. I can run ads if I want, because I can see it on my PC. I can see it. Hello, that's my face, right? But genuinely, last time I did an internet test, I'm going to actually let's do a speed test now, right? Do you know how low that is? My phone is at 200 in my room. $200. Look at that. Look at that. That's not even a... Look at it. That is 80 fucking kilobytes. That probably hurt your ears. Sensitive fucking mic, innit? I cannot stress enough how fucking annoying this is, but what can I do? What can I do? 0.08 megabytes upload on my PC. I get about 30 on my phone. About 30. So I get some level of upload, so I can have these streams. I can stream off my phone. It's just I wouldn't want to make you people see me sat here just my face with shitty audio. Like I've got a proper mic for a reason, you know. I have a good setup, but I can't use it. I can't use it, and there's nothing that I can do. From what I'm doing, there's nothing that I can do with 0.08 megabytes upload. I'm not fucking exaggerating. That is 80 kilobytes. It's atrocious. My phone's getting 30, and the issue with Virgin Media is that they like to, like, I tested downstairs, right next to the hub, I was getting over 600 megabytes download, 30 megabytes upload. They send more than they receive, and it's really fucking annoying, and this is just a massive testament to that. Fucking 8 megabytes upload. No, 4 megabytes download, 8 kilobytes. 80 kilobytes. Upload. It's honestly disgraceful. There's nothing that I can do. I've got headphones on. Why do I have headphones on? I mean, to be honest, I can check the audio. Yeah. It's actually very close. Probably because I'm on the same fucking network. I'm taking out my headphones. You know, seriously, the headphones come off. I'm trying to stay to the left, to this side, because the chat for me is right there. I don't know how that's gonna look on the stream. Oh yeah. Oh, this feels so weird. I hate what this has become now, but hey ho. I had plans for what I was going to stream, you know. I had everything planned out. Emily wants to play because it's nearly Halloween. 10 days until Halloween, and I was going to stream Emily Wants to Play, a shitty horror game to say the least, but scary nonetheless. You know, it's a jump scary game, and it's funny, but I can't do jack shit. I can't. I don't know how any of this works. What do these 3 dots do? Mute microphone, hide chat, or lock screen. I'm fine, thanks. Oh, and it's streaming at 720. You know, because my phone can't do 8K. It can, basically. My phone can do 8K, but it can do 4K. 1080 as a base. Or stream at 720. This is the saddest thing I've ever done. Genuinely. The saddest thing I've ever fucking done. And there's nothing that I can fucking do. This is going to this is going to replace the VOD that'll be uploaded on New Year. So Happy New Year. I hope things are better. This just shows a rough fucking time because of Virgin fucking Media. Virgin Media. Absolute bullshit. Bullshit company. Bullshit internet. They've destroyed this. I'm gonna buy a new Ethernet when I go into town next. I'm going to, and I say Ethernet, not Ethernet, because I can, right? I do hesitate when saying it because I still don't know how to say it right, so I'm going to say Ethernet. But next time I go to town, I'm going to buy a new one. I'm going to buy a new VGA. It works. I don't need a new one. I'm gonna buy a bunch of tech shit, and fucking hopefully. So what we have to wait. I forgot exactly how long we have to wait until we get 2 extra extended. Right now. Because of the outage or whatever, and because of the plan we're on, we are entitled to 3 free Virgin Media official Wi-Fi extenders, right? Right now we have 1. They give us 1 for, I don't know exactly how many weeks, a specific number of weeks. I think it's 1 week or some shit. It's either 1 or 2 weeks, right? and then they send us the other 2. This is useless for me, because that extender is out. It's out in the hall, so it's close to the thing. I would love to take that in here, but I'm not going to be selfish, because that would limit people like my brother's connection. There's two Ethernet cable connections on that fucking extender. I really want it, but I think it could be my Ethernet cable. Now, I could search the house for an Ethernet cable, but that's probably going to be fucking useless. So, I'm going to go to town. Fuck it, tomorrow. I'm going to go tomorrow. No, actually, I'll be busy. I'll go sometime next week. And I'll get a new Ethernet. This is how the stream will be tomorrow. It will be on my phone. This is what the stream will be. I don't like that. I don't like any of this. As a streamer, this is my worst nightmare. I'm doing another internet test as if it's all magically going to be better. I mean, earlier I was reaching peaks of 30 megabytes upload. It went up. For a second I had some hope. It went to 2 megabytes upload. Hey, but we've gone up 8.58 megabytes download and 0.09 megabytes upload. So we've doubled the download and we've increased the upload by 10 kilobytes. I'm pissed. I'm annoyed. There's no words that could properly describe my anger right now. Genuinely. I'm defeated. And this still isn't fucking level. I can't. It's level enough. Is it? No. It's not level enough. Well, it's been a fun week. It hasn't. Didn't do my politics homework. Got internet back on Monday, and as soon as we got the internet back, I did my law homework. I've still got a bunch of homework that I need to do. Shit to do, like fucking rating the lessons or whatever. I've got to rate like 50 fucking lessons. Honestly. I'm in the shitter. At least we know mobile streaming works. I have tried streaming on my mobile before. Years ago though, this was on my iPhone 6. So any time before last year. But this was like proper years ago now. Like 2-3 years ago. No, 3-4 years ago. Yeah, I tried streaming on my mobile. And it didn't work out. And here we are now. This is literally just a just chatting stream with shit mic quality. I can't control any of the settings on this. This is the most agitating thing ever. Like, I keep looking at my screen like, what can I do? What can I make better? I need to do something, but I can't do anything. Genuinely, I'm fucked. Genuinely. I can't stream my screen, a game, anything. To do that, I'm gonna need other apps, and I'm not going out of my way to download some random fucking app to stream a game on my fucking phone. I would much rather sit here and speak for 3 fucking hours. I need to stream more, because I was getting very close, like, to the point where the only thing that I needed to become an official Twitch partner was an average of 75 viewers, which I'm not going to get anytime fucking soon, right? Let's be real. But everything else, the streaming hours, it was over 25 hours. I'd streamed more than 12 days in the past month. So, and I'd got the average of, I'd increased to the, I'd got the achievement of having 5 unique chatters at one time. I managed to get all of that properly, but now, stream for 25 hours, I'm 9.3 out of 25. Stream on 12 different days, 7 out of 12. I don't know how I've done that on 7. Average of 75 viewers in 9.3 hours streamed. 1.64 is my average, and this isn't going to help my average, but I don't care about the average viewers at this point. I'm not going to get it up. I'm not going to get it up. I just want to get the stream on and the stream for 25 hours up. And Empire Business, I'm getting close to stream for 500 hours. Oh, I'm on 104 followers now. Am I? Wait, what? Twitch is telling me 2 different things. It's saying I'm on 105 followers, but then the achievement is saying I'm on 104. Either way, it doesn't bother me. I wouldn't be surprised. Streamed for 40 hours in the last 30 days. Fuck off. Streamed for 2,000 hours in total. I was streaming for 282.41 hours in my entire time on Twitch. Fucking hell. This is the stream. I should probably change the title to something else, but there's nothing for me to say. This is a mobile test. This is me testing the reliability of mobile streaming, and so far it's going perfectly fine. Yes, I'm ducking and dodging around the fucking thing. I'm not clicking that link. I'm trying my best. You know what's funny as well? We're gonna have to prepare for blackouts this winter. Genuinely, we're gonna have no electricity or internet for hours on end this winter. See, my parents are saying they're gonna do it at night, but they won't do it at night. They'll do it when everyone's using the internet. When everyone's using the most electricity, they're going to do a blackout. Why? To keep the electricity, to keep the gas and electric. Because we have none. We're running out. This is a genuine thing now. And I'm saying that we will. It's a very high chance. It's not 100%, but there's a very high chance. To the point where news stations are now preparing secret scripts, preparing to announce the blackouts in secret scripts. It's absolute madness, and you won't be able to turn on the light, you won't be able to turn on the TV, you won't be able to do any of that shit. I would be able to stream, But I have a power bank, I have chargers, I have mobile data. And it's going to refresh and all that in 2 days. So I'm going to have enough to be able to stream at least something during the blackouts. But genuinely, it's a real thing. The entire UK is going to be dealing with blackouts because of, well, the shittiness of this government. And people are like, oh yeah, let's do fracking, that'll give us more gas. No, you fucking dickheads. Invest in if we'd invested in green technology, if we'd have invested in that shit, we wouldn't be in this state. We would be self-sufficient and we'd be doing much better. Everyone would be running off electricity, of which we would be producing, so we wouldn't have to fucking rely on Russia and Ukraine. This is the exact problem that caused issues like the Great Depression, the Wall Street crash and whatnot. This is what caused people like Adolf Hitler to get to power. Inconsistencies, relying too much on foreign countries, and in this country falling flat on its arse. Happened in Germany, except they were doing all these deals for the economy. Except now, this is deals that affects the economy. Not directly, but it affects it. And we're going to be looking at another Prime Minister, the third one this year. It's insane to say that, really, isn't it? Third Prime Minister this year. And if it's Boris Johnson, they're predicting he'd be out by Christmas, so we'd be looking at a fourth. We're looking at 3 to 4 new Prime Ministers. This fucking year. That's not something that you hear from a first world country, is it? Having to do blackouts to save electricity, the worth of the currency plummeting, children fainting in schools because they haven't eaten enough. No, not enough. They haven't eaten at all. That's not something that you hear about a first world country. It isn't. So, but we are. And people want to abolish free school meals for all children. All of them. Luckily, that is the petition on the Parliament website. That is right at the bottom. But the fact that people put it to petition and they had people sign that petition. Innocent children starving in this country. I don't like children, but that doesn't justify making them starve, making them suffer. I despise the little fuckers. They're annoying, they're loud, they're selfish, right? That is what a child is. They're disgusting, fucking disease-ridden little shits. But you don't fucking kill them. Abortion's a completely different thing, but we know what I mean here. You don't force them to die. You don't starve them. Fainting in school because they don't have enough food, because they can't afford to eat, because they literally are starving. That is absolutely unheard of. That now this is going to it is quite genuinely going to become a norm in this country. People, it's going to happen. I know people who don't eat. Okay, but that's not because of a poverty thing. And that's because of a mental health issue thing, but You know, the fact that soon enough it's going to become a norm, you know, for people to not be able to eat. Everyone is, not everyone, but millions of people now are relying on food banks. Millions. Let me pull up the exact figure, actually. So, this was in May. 2,173,158 people rely on food banks. That was as of May. By May 11th. Oh, that's just in England, not in the whole UK. Okay, so from 2021 to 2022. Oh no, so that is the whole UK. It was showing a completely different statistic. Oh, that was 2020, 2021, okay. It is absolutely insane, though. In the northwest, 252,000 people alone just starving. So there's still no stats on on the website that I'm looking at. There's still no stats on food bank users right now, but it's over 2.1 million people relying on food banks across the entire UK. It's gone up. And the fact that people can't afford to cook the food. Hey, I'm streaming off my phone, testing how this is gonna work. So it's annoying. I've tried to stream whatever, it doesn't work. So I'm just sort of pissed off and just sort of ranting a bit. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just ranting about the state of the UK and the government and whatnot. Because it's ridiculous. Genuinely, a child fainted in school because they hadn't eaten. They couldn't eat. Too poor to eat. And the most that they can afford is an apple. That's not an exaggeration either. You always hear these exaggerated stories and whatnot. This isn't an exaggeration. We're gonna have to start preparing for blackouts this winter, so all gas and electric will be shut off for 3 hours at a time. Could be daily, weekly, we don't know yet. So we have to prepare for it, because we don't know. It's not definite, but it's a very high chance, to the point where people like the BBC have prepared secret scripts to announce these blackouts. The National Grid have set out warnings and whatever. And genuinely, you see what we have. You look at the UK from a non-economic standpoint and all that. Yeah, it is a nightmare. And when it comes to winter, you won't be able to have the heat on all day. Fuck, you might not even be able to have the heat on at all. In the UK, it's predicted that people are going to go to public places like libraries and whatever just to be warm. But these blackouts are for everywhere in the UK. All because we rely too much on, well, the gas income from Russia, and they cut off the inflow, and now we're fucked. This is just a proxy war, isn't it? This is just a proxy war. They've indirectly fucked over our country because we've indirectly fucked over theirs. Although ours was a bit more direct. They've shut off gas supplies for every fucker, which includes us. But it just shows how reliant we are on other countries. That instead of actually finding ways to become self-sufficient, to make our own gas, electric, whatever, and trust me, yeah, I mean, in Scotland it does get quite cold, but it's but everything that's going on, it is ridiculous. Get your independence while you fucking can. I saw Sir Lindsay Hoyle speak today. The Speaker of the House of Parliament, if you didn't know who he is, the guy who sits right at the big chair in the front and tells the MPs to shut the fuck up and who can speak and whatever. And he said when it comes to an election for a Scottish independence, it's best to get it over and done with as quick as possible. Just get it done. That's what he said. Although it obviously needs voting on and passed in Parliament, and that's his standpoint, and obviously he can't call for the Scottish general election or anything like that to decide on the independence, but that is what he said. He said it's best to get it done with. So get your independence. For the love of fucking Christ, get it. Being in the United Kingdom in times like this, you're fucked. You don't hear about this shit with the Republic of Ireland. They're in the EU. They're in the European Union. They have the euro. They're all linked in. They're getting good trade routes. You don't hear about them fucking suffering. It's the UK, the UK, the UK, the UK. If something fucked up in Scotland, right? If Scotland was an independent country, not part of the UK, something fucked up in Scotland, it would be big news, right? Because it's its own thing. If something fucked up in the Republic of Ireland, it'd be big news because it's its own thing. But nothing is fucking up in the Republic of Ireland. Nothing is fucking up anywhere else apart from the United Kingdom. Why? Because we are too sufficient on other countries. We're too dependent. We're not self-sufficient. And the fucking monarchy has been shouting for stopping climate change shit since the 1960s. The monarchs. They have the power to do this shit. Do it! I know that people aren't going to like that because it's tyrannical. It's ruling without, everything is starting to crumble. It's already started. 2019, as soon as those 13 million people voted Tory, it was fucked. There's a reason why John Bercow resigned. He wasn't fucking standing for it. He didn't want it. He didn't want to deal with it. He resigned, and that was that. As soon as Brexit was done, 2019 was passed, Jeremy Corbyn resigned, John Bercow resigned. No, John Bercow resigned after the 2019 election. He resigned when Brexit rules were passed. That just shows, really. The Speaker of the House of Commons, they do have political ideals, they do have political beliefs. They can't show it. But when something like that, it's so detrimental, it's so noteworthy that, you know, even he had to resign. He wasn't forced to resign, nothing like that. He just couldn't handle it. He resigned. First government resignation was John Bercow, Speaker of the House of Commons, after Brexit laws were passed. Now we've got Sir Lindsay Hoyle, who I saw speak early today. Very interesting man. Very interesting views. Obviously can't say all of them because you do have to remain neutral and whatnot, but he does have his opinions. It's very interesting. But yeah, genuinely, since the 2019 election, we've been fucked. Everyone knows what the Tories do. And we still voted them in because they were like, we're going to get Brexit done, let's do it. Like, fucking idiots. Absolute morons. Voting for the Tories, and this is the belief that I hold strongly, every single person who voted Conservative in the 2019 election, this is their fault. All of this is their fault. If they didn't vote Conservative, we would have Jeremy Corbyn as a Prime Minister. Now, for most people, that's, oh, fucking hell, right? No, he's socialist. Maybe that's what we fucking need. Maybe children wouldn't be starving. Maybe 2.1 million people wouldn't be relying on food banks. Yeah, right now, we can't go to renewable energies. Right now, we can't. We don't have the money to, and we most certainly, it takes a while to set up. If in 2019, they'd have started it. If in 2019, as soon as they got in, they brought in this renewable shit, they brought in green energy, whatever, we would be doing much better now. We would be more self-sufficient, and we wouldn't be struggling as much. But no, we have to dig it up from the ground. Let's legalise fracking now. We're not just going to legalise it for the winter. This is their segue into let's re-legalise it and get rid of the 50 years that remains. It's ridiculous, everything that's going on, and we have no other current option anymore. That is what the Tories do. They fuck shit up to a point where only they can fix it. Which is what they're doing with the NHS. They never wanted the welfare state, which brought in the NHS, pensions, nationalised energy and gas companies. Brought in all of this shit. Right? And now they're draining it. They're draining it. They're draining the NHS. Yeah, people are afraid of socialism. They don't understand what it means. They don't understand what good comes from it. The welfare state, which was introduced by Labour following World War II as part of the post-war agreement, introduced, you know, the NHS, whatever. So there's a lot of and then you had the post-war boom, right? This generation is known as the boomers, right? And then there was a post-war baby boom. That generation is known as the baby boomers, right? Because so many people were having kids because they could afford it. And now we've gone right back to World War II times. And when Labour gets in the next election, and they fucking will, it'll be right back to that. Let's reintroduce welfare state, fucking nationalise this, that and the other. Let's invest in the NHS. It's going to follow the exact same pattern. And then everyone's going to be happy. Well, hey, right? But this is too late. It's too late. It's too late to fix everything that's happened. What every country in the whole world needs to do is realise that by 2030, climate change will not be reversible. Right now, climate change is reversible. By 2030, it won't be. Right? All these government plans, carbon neutral by 2050, you are making hundreds of billions of pounds in profit, and you are just investing that right into putting people you want in the House of Lords. Genuinely, the Conservative Party have put their top donors in the House of Lords. It's ridiculous, it's rigged, and it's undemocratic, and this whole Prime Minister thing is undemocratic. We need a general election, we need them out now.
And exactly that, people are scared of the word socialism because, like, oh, if you're socialist, you're practically communist. You're not. They're very fucking different. Okay, socialism is technically one of the first steps of communism, but then capitalism or conservatism is the first step in Nazism, fascism. You know, it's technically the first step in absolutely fucking anything. Conservatism is the first step in conservative anarchism. So, you know, that's not very good. So, what's your fucking point, you know? Don't be afraid of socialism. It gives power to the people. It gives help to the working class, who, funnily enough, keep the country fucking moving. If there were no workers, there would be no companies. And that is a fact. If there were no workers, there would be no companies. No one can prove me wrong, because the companies wouldn't have anyone to hire, and they wouldn't have anyone to sell their stuff. There would be no workers, no companies. It would just be the owners. And we all know they do jack shit. When's the last time you saw Jeff Bezos selling his fucking stuff? Never. When's the last time you saw Elon Musk making a car and then selling it himself? Never. When's the last time you saw Bill Gates make a computer and sell it? Never. I would say the same with Apple, however, that actually started out with Steve Jobs making the technology. It did. It started out Steve Jobs, one of his mates. He then died of cancer and whatnot, and fucking dickhead in charge now. But, you know, these big companies, they would fail if they didn't have working people, if they didn't have workers, and that's the issue with a capitalist society, is that someone has to suffer, so you rely on us, so we pay you and you do our work. That's how it is. Thank you for the follow on. I hope you have a nice evening. I'll be streaming tomorrow as well, so stop by there. It's going to be the same setup and whatnot. I can't stream off my PC yet, but I will be able to eventually, so thanks for stopping by. I'm using my PC in the background, of course, but I can obviously show that. Look at that upload. That's 90 kilobytes. That cannot. It won't be able to keep a stream. Genuinely, it can't. I tried and it miserably failed. I pull up the fucking VODs, I guess. Being video producer, right? Yeah, 56 seconds. 1 minute, 14 seconds, 46 seconds. It's all really laggy, so. And right now, still streaming off my mobile. So expect this layout a bit more in the future. Tomorrow it's going to be the same layout, unless, fingers crossed, PC works, but I don't think it will. So I'm going to continue ranting about the government and whatever. But I expect this layout a bit more as situations in the UK sort of spiral out of control. During the blackouts, I'm going to stream. Why? Because I'll be able to. I'll have mobile data, I've got a power bank, I've got a charger. And then when it's back on, I can charge up my power bank. You know, my power bank can last 2 full charges, I think. It's either 2 or 3 full refills, whatever, so it'll do. You know? And I'm speaking about the blackouts as if they're actually going to happen, because instead of saying they might, you have to act like they will, you know. Especially with the state of this government shambles. 3rd Prime Minister this year, by next week. Couldn't think of anything worse. It's upsetting, really, isn't it? Because I like to be on my high horse over people in like America and whatnot, like, oh, your country's bad, and it is. The country is absolutely horrendous. Don't get me wrong, but when's the last time you heard about 3-hour blackouts in America? You know, never. I'm gonna change the stream info. Because I can. It's not just chatting anymore, is it? It's politics. I do a lot in politics. I like to dabble a bit in the political scene. Genuinely. Ugh. When it comes to politics, it's all about like looking at the bigger picture, looking at the wider effect, looking at whose lives are affected, how they're affected, and why. How can it be avoided? Will it be avoided? Can it be avoided? You know, and it's like, what is political these days? What is politics? Everything. Genuinely. Although a lot of things shouldn't be, everything is. And that's just a stone cold fact. Everything's political. And that's the issue with politics. It's one of the big issues, that everything's political. And eventually you're going to have to make regulations on absolutely anything and everything. Which is why, and this is now world politics, moving on from the whole UK shit, and right, now it's time to commend the UK a bit. But as everything goes on, politics, whatnot, you need to take into fact and countering the fact that society changes a lot, people identify differently, and all of this and the other. So having a codified constitution such as the United States, it's bad. Because the justices of the Supreme Court, they have the right to interpret the Constitution however they want to, which could seem unfair, and they could deem it their own way. Joe Biden wants to codify Roe v. Wade, which, come on, get it done. Make abortion legal. I almost said mandatory then. That's a different thing. I say that one as a joke. I mean, yeah, make abortion mandatory. Hey kids, it's your choice at the end of the day. Yeah, I believe that the person who impregnated the person carrying the baby should have at least a say. Like, when I say a say, like, they can suggest, they can make suggestions, but at the end of the day, it's up to the person carrying the baby. Because, I mean, the other person did help in the creation of the child. Unless, of course, it was unconsensual, in which case the person had absolutely no choice, no decision. It's not up to you what happens to that child. It wasn't up to the person carrying the child whether they had to carry it. So why should it be up to you to decide whether they do, you know? And the fact that, you know, a child in America was denied an abortion. A child! Because the Constitution, over 200 years old, 233 years old if I'm exact. Whereas in the UK it's uncodified. It's not all on one document. It's all throughout history. We've developed rules, regulations and whatnot. And judges, through judicial precedent, it's either judicial president or judicial review, whatever. They can introduce rules, regulations, laws, whatever, that lower courts have to follow. So basically, they can make laws. Except it's not like introducing a bill or whatever, you know, where like big proper laws are made. It's sort of like connecting the dots. Like if there's a grey area, and this is what happened in, I think it was the 1930s, with Donahue and Stevenson, where it was the first negligence case, basically caused, like, one of the people suing for negligence because they got ill from drinking a bottle of beer because there was a dead snail in it. Couldn't see into the bottle. Then they got very ill because of that. And because there was no laws basically saying that, you know, the business of the brand had to take care of the customers and make sure that everything is right, whatever. Because there's no laws on that, they sort of made a law, and it's very weird. All in the olden days, 1930s, whatever, very Christian, and they made the law based upon love thy neighbour as thyself, and do to others as you'd have them do to you, sort of thing. If you can reasonably foresee damage that'll be caused to your neighbour, then you must act to prevent it. So if you didn't know that they were going to get hurt, then that's fine. But the same company had also allegedly had a dead mouse in one of their drinks, so it's now law. There's a lot of negligence cases, which is it's one of the biggest suing points is negligence. And that's the fun of having an uncodified constitution. It can change easily. It can change with the times. Dots can be connected, whatever. It's better. And even with that, there are still rules, regulations, whatever, linked in with the constitution and whatever that we still need to follow. Monarchy, we have a monarchy. That's something that's sort of part of a constitution. But yeah, it's how it is. And it's funny how everything works. How some people can do what they want. How some people can say what they want and get away with what they want. It's really annoying how our government can just replace the Prime Minister. We don't vote for a Prime Minister. We vote for a party. Words from Sir Lindsay Hoyle there. And also anybody else, really. You vote for a party, not a person, and they vote on the Prime Minister. But you obviously see the Prime Ministerial competition. You see who's running for Prime Minister and whatnot, and their policies. It's annoying. It's undemocratic. Let's make Liz Truss lose her seat as an MP. Let's make Boris Johnson lose his seat as an MP. The fact that he's still an MP is insane. We've caused them to resign. Get them kicked out of Parliament. We can do it. We should do it. So let's do it. Let's have him kicked out of Parliament. If he loses his seat, he can't be Prime Minister. Let's do it with Rishi. Let's do it with all the Tories, actually. By-elections, don't vote Tory. We call them by-elections. They're like constitutional, not constituency elections, where they vote for their constituency, like MP and whatever. Isn't the world an amazing place? Don't you just love everything that's going on? Sarcasm, if you couldn't tell. But hey, I've streamed for 55 minutes on my phone. I can do it. Why not? Why not, eh? It's feels very weird doing it on my phone. I mean, it's obviously gonna feel weird because I'm used to it being on my PC, but aren't we all? Oh man. This is fun, isn't it? It's fun. But yeah, as I said, this is going to replace the VOD that'll be released on New Year. So happy New Year to you all. Hopefully none of this has had to happen. This was a statement I was making before. Hopefully this hasn't had to happen. Hopefully there hasn't been blackouts or blackout streams or anything like that. But hey, if it happens, it happens. You get to see my genuine viewpoint at this point. See if what I'm predicting is true. See if what I've said is true. Probably is. Well, I'm gonna end the stream here. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna end the stream here. Got nothing else to do. Got nothing else to say. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.